All right, if you're living with diabetes and thinking about your eye health has kind of fallen onto your I'll deal with that later list, then this is for you. We're going to cut right through all the anxiety and just give you a clear, practical plan you can act on. Seriously, in the time it takes to drink a cup of coffee. And this really gets to the absolute heart of the problem. You see, diabetic retinopathy is completely silent in its early stages. You can't feel it happening, and most of the time, you can't even see it in your day-to-day life. That's the cruel part, right? Your eyes can feel totally fine, while all these tiny changes are building up, threatening your sight down the road. So, to really bring this home, let's start with a personal story that shows just how incredibly easy it is to ignore the first signs of a really serious problem. It starts so subtly, doesn't it? It's never a big, dramatic flash or sudden blindness. It's just a small enough change that you blink a few times, rub your eyes, and you blame it on being tired or staring at a screen for too long. It's exactly the kind of thing most of us would just try to power through. Now this is that moment of clarity, using your phone to check reality. The picture on the screen is perfect, but what your eye is seeing is not. And that mismatch, that's the alarm bell going off. It's the proof that the problem isn't the page, it's your eye. And this is the moment everything flips. You see those photos of your retina, you see the tiny little red dots and the smudges of damage, and suddenly it's all very real. The focus just snaps from, oh, I'll ignore that, to, okay, what's the plan to stop this? That's when the fear starts to turn into relief, because now you can actually do something about it. So, what is actually happening inside your eye to cause these problems? Let's dig into the science just a little bit to see how this damage builds up over time. Okay, the easiest way to think about this is to picture your retina as the sensor in a digital camera. It's this super delicate tissue that captures all the light and turns it into the pictures your brain understands as sight. Now imagine high blood sugar is like a thick, sticky syrup flowing through the tiny, fragile blood vessels that feed that camera sensor. Over time, that syrup stresses out the vessel walls, weakens them, and stops them from delivering oxygen and nutrients. When that happens, well, the picture your camera takes can get noisy, distorted, or even start to go dark. You can really see the chain reaction here. It all starts with that constant stress on the blood vessels. Then, those weakened vessels start to leak fluid, which makes the retina swell up and, poof, your vision gets blurry. Or they can just close off completely and parts of your retina start to starve for oxygen. That's when your eye panics. It tries to fix things by growing new blood vessels. But here's the catch. These new vessels are weak, they bleed easily, and that bleeding creates scar tissue. And in the worst case, that scar tissue can actually shrink and pull the retina right off the back of the eye, which can cause permanent vision loss. Okay, let's talk about the sneaky little clues your body might be sending you. These are the red flags that are just so easy to explain away as, just being tired or getting older. Let's just run through these, because they're so easy to dismiss. Blurry vision that comes and goes. Oh, that's just my blood sugar swinging around. Or maybe I need more coffee. Needing your phone's flashlight to read a menu. This restaurant is just too dark. New floaters, seeing wavy lines, or colors that just seem a little faded. It's gotta be screen fatigue. But you know what? All of these can also be signs that there's swelling or stress happening in your retina. So just take a second and really think. Do any of those ring a bell? The scary thing isn't the symptom itself. It's how long we can tell ourselves it's something else. Recognizing even one of these isn't a final verdict. It's just a friendly alarm telling you, hey, maybe it's time to get this checked out. Okay, let's switch gears and talk about something else that almost always gets people to take action: money. It turns out, putting off your eye care doesn't actually save you anything. In fact, it almost always ends up being way more expensive. I mean, this is the classic pay for an oil change now or pay for a new engine later problem. Early on, you're just looking at routine exams, which, by the way, are often covered by insurance as part of your diabetes management. But if you wait until things get more advanced, then you're talking about monthly injections, laser treatments, or even complex surgery. And all of those have a much higher price tag. And just to put some real numbers on this, even before insurance kicks in, look, a comprehensive exam might be a couple $100s, but one anti-VEGF injection, that can be thousands for each eye. And retinal surgery can easily climb past $15,000. These numbers make it pretty darn clear. Prevention isn't just better for your health, it is so much better for your wallet. So I know this can feel a little overwhelming, but what can you do right now to get back in the driver's seat? Here's a super simple 5-step plan you can literally start in the next 15 minutes to protect your vision. This is it. 5 totally manageable steps. First, just book the appointment. Open your phone, find a doctor, make the call. Done. Don't overthink it. Second, grab your key health numbers, your last A1C and blood pressure. Third, a quick call to your insurance can clear up any questions about costs so there are no surprises. Fourth, jot down any of those little warning signs we talked about. And finally, just choose one small thing, like taking a short walk after dinner, to support your health. These aren't huge, life-altering changes. They're small but incredibly powerful actions. And that really says it all, doesn't it? Look, this condition is a known consequence of diabetes, which means we can anticipate it, we can monitor it, and we can treat it. Your future self, the you who's reading a book, driving at night, or seeing the faces of the people you love, they will never look back and think that appointment you booked today was an inconvenience. They'll know it was one of the smartest decisions you ever made.